When you talk about the best Chinese action films outside the realm of wuxia, you simply can't forget John Woo's Hard Boiled. It takes everything that I loved with Woo's previous film The Killer and dials it up to 11, overflowing with intense showdowns and a deeply moody jazz score by Michael Gibbs. Now you might recall The Killer had its jazz score shot down, and here there's so much jazz and it works so damn well. So Chow Yun-fat plays Inspector Yoon Ho-yan, also known as Inspector Tequila, which I just love that everyone in the office refers to him by this handle. So Tequila is a brash cop who gets incredibly violent in his opening shootout in a tea house. What's interesting about the tea house shootout is that it was shot before the script was even finished. The location was apparently about to be torn down, and Woo didn't want to waste a chance to shoot at such a spot. John Woo and choreographer Philip Kwok shot the shootout in a week with so many memorable moments. One of the primary motivating factors for the tea house shootout was using the banister for Tequila to slide down as he shoots at his enemies. And Woo was right, this scene kicks ass. While Tequila is grappling with his superiors, the undercover Alan, played by Tony Leung, is working as a triad assassin. He works his way to the top by killing double-crossers. He also makes some tough calls when clashing with police. This ultimately leads to Tequila and Alan clashing on the urban battlefield of bullets. The casting here is just incredible. Chow Yun-fat and Tony Leung are great as always, but I really fell for Teresa Mo in the role of Tequila's girlfriend. She has a cool look, a feisty attitude, and one of the most angelic voices that it's mesmerizing anytime you hear her sing in between conversations. It was a lot of fun watching Chow Yun-fat get all serious and up in the face of his superiors. Tony also has his effortless ability to remain cool and calm in these situations. The way that he just casually strolls into a library for an assassination is just so smooth. It's once the film gets to the hospital shootout where you can't take your eyes off the screen for a moment. Tequila and Alan go on a killing spree of gangsters through the halls of this hospital. They're dealing with gangsters so nasty that they're more than willing to kill all the innocent patients of the hospital. And as the carnage continues, you really believe they could kill them all, because, well, they very nearly do just that. The brutal violence is on a large scale where even the surrounding cops outside are not safe from the gunfire and explosions. It is one of the most intense clashes of cops and gangsters ever put to film. While the tea house sequence took about a week to film, the elaborate hospital climax took 40 days to shoot. The location was a former Coke bottling plant, and it feels like every inch of the location was used well. Part of what held up some of the production was an on-set accident, actually. With real glass being used in one scene, Leung got some of it in his eyes and had to be in the hospital for about a week. Thankfully, he recovered and filming would continue. Then there's the unforgettable one-shot sequence where Tequila and Alan essentially shoot their way through 2 floors with fast-paced gunplay that is just beyond astounding. Like, this scene just rocks. Just everything about it is a masterpiece. What's even more amazing than how the scene looks is how it was assembled. John Woo would say that the hospital sequence took several hundred rehearsals and 2 whole days just to shoot it. It was so complicated that Woo almost gave up if not for the dedication of all those who were involved in making it come together. It also gets incredibly inventive. It's not just a matter of perfectly placed characters, fists, and gunfire, although there is a lot of that, but heroes and villains will just launch through glass to get to the next room. There's tons of explosives as fire crowds the hallways. Daring rescues of law enforcement scaling the building leads to some intense and dangerous moments. And then there's the baby climax. During the rescue, the maternity ward is rescued by the police. All except one baby is escorted out of the building. This leads to Tequila trying to keep a baby safe as he shoots his way through the rest of the hospital. And as if all that weren't over the top enough, the baby actually saves Tequila by pissing on him. I'm not kidding, this film has everything. Hard Boiled was the final Hong Kong action picture before John Woo went off to Hollywood to make American films like Face Off and Mission Impossible 2. He left behind an incredible masterpiece of action cinema. It feels like the culmination of his previous films, bringing the brotherhood among bullets to a towering achievement. The film underwent many changes with its script and faced many production challenges, but all of it led to one of the best Hong Kong gung fu films ever made.